Hello, this is Mina Kitsune, come to you with my fourth video on my RPG Maker project. In this one, I decided to give Courtney a home. Whether she is an additional party member, you won't see it, but if she is your primary party member who you started with, you will. Now, tweaking that around, I originally had two events. One with Courtney here, and one with her home here, which would control whether the door was open or shut and whether or not you could move into it. And I tried to be fancy, and fancy was actually bad. Because anytime you'd re-enter the map, it was really hard to get things to move back around. I could have theoretically had a event here that just basically did a whole bunch of checks to see what should happen and just run it as a parallel process anytime you enter, but I decided against that. So what I did instead was I merged both scripts into one and had to add some additional conditionals, and I even fixed her animations up a bit. Now when she moves around, during the section where she will wait talking to this guy over here, I actually turned her walking and stepping animation off, and then after she's done standing there, I turn it back on. This will allow her to look like she's actually stopped and talking to him instead of just running against him like an idiot. And then she heads back as normal. This time, if you piss her off by telling her no, she can't have the long claw, she becomes the door graphic by setting the move route, and then I turn the door's graphic down because part of what happened was I turned her up, and then she shuts the door with the sound effect, which I added the sound effect in. So the problem was, this would all go great, and then you'd come back into town, and it would just show an empty door without her there. Well, now, if you've lost her, it'll show a graphic of the door, and I don't have to figure out, actually I can change that to action button. I don't have to figure out how to get this to go down to here every time. I just simply start the event in one location. Now, I'm sure there's a more advanced way to do it, but that solved all the problems that I needed it to solve. I really need to start taking more advantage of permanent switches, and I'm aware of that. But I'm trying to do all this without a whole bunch of switches and variables yet until I get better with them. So, I've also designed Courtney's home. It's very small, but I did pay attention to some things. On the outside, I put a window on this side here, off in the corner, and I put the chimney there. So when I designed Courtney's home, I made sure the window was still there, and the fireplace was still there. And I tried to imagine a home where, for the most part, you're probably not going to have a lot of indoor lighting outside of the fireplace. So I put her bed in a little alcove where it'll still get some light in the morning, a little clothes, some food for her, kindling for the fireplace, some grain and stuff, a place to actually wash her dirty clothes, a clothing basket, and a place to pour the water out. And of course, a save point. I'm planning right now to have a save point only in people's starting homes until I decide how I want to set up saving throughout the entirety of this game, because I'm not really sure what I want the pace to be, whether I want people returning home to save, or whether I want them being able to save in the middle of dungeons before bosses, or how I really want to do it. So I'm going to keep it simple right now. If people want to save, they can return home. I'm also going to be turning her bed into an auto heal. So you go home, you can rest, and you can save. At least that's the plan right now. So let's give her a whirl. Now, I've already got a save where she's at home, but I'm going to load. So she is the panther, or the rogue. So if she heads home to Vina, hometown's still dead, and now she can head in and she can look around her home. And she could choose to save if she wanted. And that was all the changes I made for her. It actually took a while to do that. And now let's have someone tick her off again. We'll have Nakani upset her this time. Because why not? Now if you watch her animation, she actually stops moving while talking to him. And then she starts walking back. And let's grab our free money to trigger our event, which will eventually go away once I'm done playing around with it. And nope, didn't bring them for you. And the door slams in our face. Now before, what would happen is, if I left, and came back, she would be gone and the door would be open because my event was very poorly set up. So now, having collapsed 2 events into one, I don't have to deal with events trying to move. I don't have a door appearing up here for no apparent reason, and things work out well. So there you have it. Some events made a little bit better, and improving just simple small pieces of quality can make it look a little bit better. Trying to make a real world feel more real, hoping it improves the experience, but it does take a lot of time. I hope you keep watching my videos, and I guess comment. Somebody will be the first to comment. I'm up to 4 videos now. Talk to you later. Bye.